I don't know about you guys, but I have felt very oppressive changes to the earth. Things seem kind of like in a perpetual melancholy, and the sky appears very strange. It's been this way for a while, and I'm watching something about ancient writings about Atlantis. This isn't an ancient book, but it was written in the 16th century by a Swedish author describing Atlantis. How it was passed down, I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna play the clip. And I know that some of you can relate because it's kind of similar to what we're experiencing today. This perpetual, strange, eerie calm alongside this oppressive, sad atmosphere, low hanging clouds, a sun that doesn't look like the sun. Well, listen to this.
Sea of Atlantis. While the book is too long for me to cover in its entirety, translated versions are available online for free for those who are interested. While there are many chapters that I found interesting, I will now read an excerpt from one called How the Bad Times Came. To make it easier to understand, I'll replace the term Twiskland with Germany, as I believe that's the general geographic area it's referring to. Quote, during the whole summer the sun had been hid behind the clouds, as if unwilling to look upon the earth. There was perpetual calm, and the damp mist hung like a wet sail over the houses and the marshes. The air was heavy and oppressive, and in men's hearts was neither joy nor cheerfulness. In the midst of this stillness, the earth began to tremble as if she was dying. The mountains opened to vomit forth fire and flames. Some sank into the bosom of the earth, and in other places mountains rose out of the plain. Old land, called by the seafaring people Atland, disappeared, and the wild waves rose so high over the hill and dale that everything was buried in the sea. Many people were swallowed up by the earth, and others who had escaped the fire perished in the water. It was not only in Finda's land that the earth vomited fire, but also in Germany. Whole forests were burned one after the other, and when the wind blew from that quarter, our land was covered with ashes. Rivers changed their course, and at their mouths new islands were formed of sand and drift. During 3 years this continued, but at length it ceased, and forests became visible. Many countries were submerged, and in other places land rose above the sea, and the wood was destroyed through the half of Germany. Troops of Finda's people came and settled in the empty places. Our dispersed people were exterminated or made slaves. The watchfulness was doubly impressed upon us, and time taught us that union is force. End quote.
Pretty eye opening, isn't it? I don't know about you, or many of you out there maybe who haven't noticed any changes at all, but many, many, many people have. You could feel it in the air. You could feel it below ground. You could feel it in your soul. You know what it is. It's innate. It's almost in your genetic memory. Having said that, I sometimes periodically like to look at hypercubes. I know this is a totally different subject, but I use this as like a frame of reference for the expansion of consciousness. Instead of looking at it as simply a mathematical cube, see yourself in the shape as compared to what we are now. Here's a 4-dimensional cube. This is a 3-dimensional cube. Everything is rigid, distant, far apart, seemingly disconnected. Once you reach a 6 cube, things are becoming interwoven, and you're not only expanding outward, you're expanding inward, interconnecting like a web, like an internet of self, closer and closer to the center. With, and then it gets more and more profound with a 10th dimensional cube. Can you just imagine who and what you will be like with this much inner processing power, with this much imagination, with this much connection to the cosmos? How do you see yourself? Would you even be you? Or would you be greater? I don't know. That's what I wonder sometimes too. But I've seen such a cube in real life one time. I've shared several videos back. I had a vision of one right here in this very room. It wasn't as intricate as this, it looked more like this one. But it appeared in my room, and it was blue in color. And it is absolutely related to our perception and consciousness and the expansion of our awareness. So, all right, that's it.